Do you need to find the exact coordinates of a bunch of different blocks in your Minecraft world, but you're too lazy to do it manually, or it's in a build like this one, and you just actually do not know where all of those blocks are? Well, I had the exact predicament, and I found a great solution to it, but it does require the tools of Java. So if you're on Bedrock, you have to convert your world to Java. Sorry! So this is an old map from the battle minigame on Legacy Console Edition, and I want to find the coordinates of every single chest on this map. Now, I don't know where those chests are, or where I should look for them even. I mean, obviously there's a couple around, but I needed the exact coordinates. Now, if you wanted to do this manually, you would walk up to it, do a set block, and copy your coordinates like that, make a whole list of them. But each map has 20 chests or so, and I have 63 maps to do, so no. Now, to do this properly, you're going to need a couple mods. You're going to need Lightmatica, and you're also going to need a world edit as well. And if you don't really know how to use them, then don't worry, because it's pretty easy. So the first thing to do is to get out yourself a stick. You can hold control and use the scroll wheel to go through the different modes. You need this to be on area selection. And then we need to choose the block that is like to the upper right of the build, which is going to be in the southeast corner. And that's actually important for later. Now you want to go ahead and right click on that with your stick for Lightmatica to select it, and also for your wooden axe as well. And that'll tell you in the chat. And then we're just going to zip on over down into the lower left corner of this build. And this is going to be in the northwest corner. Again, it is kind of important to get the directions right. So then you just left click on that with your axe, and you left click on that with your stick, and it should give you this nice visual right here from Lightmatica, and maybe even some of the red squares from World Edit. So now that you have your area selected, you go ahead and press M, go to Area Editor, go down to Save Schematic, and give this thing a nice little name. Then go ahead and save that. And now that we know exactly where our corner is, we want to go ahead and break out whatever block is there and just stand here, press M again, go to Load Schematics, and find the thing that you just made. And then you can just go ahead and load that in, and this is going to give you a really easy way to actually highlight all the blocks in your area. So now that we're actually in here, we can use World Edit to replace specific blocks that we're looking for. So I can do / replace, and then just type chest, and I'm going to do sea lanterns just for convenience, and that's going to replace all 14 chests in this exact area. And I can see they're all replaced, and they got a little bit of this highlight on them. However, that's still not actually convenient and not nearly what we need. So if we hold M and press V, that's going to bring up the verifier for Schematica, or Lightmatica. And now you can press start verification. And as you can see, we have these 4 things right here. For each one of these is a different chest facing direction. So it's got some specificity to it, which is great. You have to actually click on these, and then you should see in the lower right, boom, we have the exact coordinates for each one of these blocks. And not only that, we can actually see them through blocks as well. So we can fly around, we can find out if any of these chests are like inaccessible or not where they should be, or just, you know, leftovers or something that's out of place. Now, if your list in the lower right is really, really small, even though you have a ton of different things selected in your verifier, that is because it's got a really small number by default. So go ahead and press M and C. That'll just take you to your configs really quickly. It's under info overlays, and then just scroll on down until you find the info HUD max lines, and you can just bump this up to like 30 or something, and then that should just go ahead and work. Now you might need to go ahead and go back to your verifier and like reset this thing and re-click on these, and boom, there you go. Now we got a giant list. So you can either go ahead and take a screenshot of these and write them down manually, or you could just like legitimately just take a screenshot, put it into like Gemini, and it'll just give you all the numbers, as long as you tell it to do the right thing. But of course, that is up to you if you feel like saving time. I had to do 2,500 sets of coordinates. So yeah, I use the AI. So there's something better about this as well. If you have 2 different sets of coordinates that you need, like for instance, I need the interior coordinates for all of these chests right here, and then I need the exterior coordinates for all of those ones. Now you can see that the list on the right actually decreases if you break a block, so you can pick and choose which ones of your things you actually want to show up. And if you go ahead and put another block back in the same location, it'll show back up. So it's actually updating in real time to an extent. Now, if you make more changes to this map in certain places, then you'll need to go back into your verifier and reset your data and restart your verification again. But now you can see that we have 2 different sets of coordinates in here. So we have the gold block coordinates right here. Those are only for my center chests. And then if we go ahead and click on all 4 of these sea lantern ones, these are all the coordinates for my outer chest. So there's a lot that you can do with this particular method. I didn't see anyone talking about this online or on Google or absolutely anything. You can even use this to find the coordinates of stuff in your survival world, because you can go ahead and make a schematic and then load it into a creative world, replace all the blocks with something that is different, and then load that schematic back in your survival world, and you will be able to find the coordinates of your actual survival world without needing to use any cheats in your survival world. So it can be super convenient and super handy, especially for me, because I need to do 63 different maps. Anyway, subscribe.